What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Yankees Weekly. It is season 2 here. Of course, episode 1, March 10th, 2024. If you're watching on the replay, shout out to you. You're the GOAT. Leave us a comment down below. If you're live, you already know what time it is. We're about to dig deep into these Yankees. We're going to talk about spring. We're going to talk all that good stuff. First and foremost, how you doing? How you looking? How you living? How you feeling out there, Ace?
Man, I am doing great. How is everybody out there in the wonderful world of YouTube? It feels good to be back. The first episode, season 2 of Yankees Weekly call-in show. The link is pinned, and I'll be dropping a link all throughout the stream. But, me and Max are going to have a little discussion first, run for about maybe an hour or two, and just enjoy so far this spring training with you guys. And like I said, you guys feel free to call in and give us your thoughts.
Yes, sir. And also let us know if our volume is low or anything like that. We can adjust it on the fly. That's what we do here. Let's get the pre-live crew started, though, on our first week of the show. We got Robert, Dr. Van, of course, the Ace Avenue is always in the pre-live crew. Tommy, Brandon McDaniels over there on Ace's channel. Tyler, my boy Aaron Jacobs is in the house as well. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Ace, let's talk some
Max.
baseball. Let's talk some Yankees.
Okay.
Another rocky start for the pitching today with Clark Schmidt on the mound. Gave up 4 runs in the first inning, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 2.2 innings of work was his final stat line. Give me your thoughts on what you're seeing so far with the starters. I know it's been rocky. We saw Nestor Cortez give up 6 earned runs yesterday against the Twins. And then today we see Clark Schmidt just struggling once again. What's your thoughts on the rotation? Are you panicking? Are you stressing out yet? Let me know.
But before we get into that, we had a little funny moment in our group chat yesterday. We were like, Nestor didn't look that bad. Then you looked at the stat line. You were like, oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, because the game was only audio, so I couldn't watch the game. And you were like, yeah, Nestor was struggling. I'm like, he's been pretty decent this spring. And then I looked, I was like, oh shit, never mind. Yeah, he struggled. Hold on,
But
before you answer, you got
go
a
ahead.
super chat from Pierre.
Pear-shaped tube, but that's beat you. That's beat you.
I know.
We've been trying to reach you concerning your vehicle's extended warranty. Well, keep trying. He's a little Jehovah Witness, so he tries to pop in from time to time. But
Oh man.
appreciate you, Pear Shape. Appreciate you, beat you. But as far as the Yankee rotation, am I concerned? I'm trying not to be. It's only spring training. I keep telling myself that. But the fact that it is spring training and struggling doesn't usually, doesn't bode well, at least to start. I'm not as concerned with Clark Schmidt today because he's going against a good Atlanta Braves team. Let's put that first and foremost. Struggled in the first inning, looked pretty good, looked like he settled down. I'm more concerned with our lefties. Our lefties, Carlos Rodon, him only topping out at 93 concerns me. You can't leave a 93-mile-per-hour fastball at the top of the zone that's going to get hammered each time. You're going to have to actually learn how to pitch if you have no velocity. Nestor Cortez is actually a huge concern for me. And I'm starting to think that the Nestor Cortez experiment might be over a little bit. He had a good year and a half run, but I think he's starting to get a little exposed here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's boding well for him, but Cole looks decent. You know what I'm saying? Stroman looks really good.
He
So,
does.
after his first start where he kind of got banged around a little bit, everybody was like, oh, look at him. Now he's looking pretty good in two consecutive scoreless starts. So I think he's still going to be our number 3, but I think he's really our second best pitcher right now. But I'm trying not to be too concerned, trying not to overreact, but it's not looking really good. But at the same time, too, last year we thought our pitching staff was going to be top notch and ended up, failing. Maybe it's a 180 this year. Maybe we don't think it's going to be that good going in, and maybe it surprises us. But I do think the Yankees need to add maybe one more arm or bring up one of these other kids already.
Yeah, well, to piggyback off what you said about Clark Schmidt, you said he was going against a good Braves team, but then again, they didn't have their whole lineup in there. You saw Michael Harris, you saw Sean Murphy. Those two, are very good players, but the rest of the squad was basically, their B squad. So
Mm-hmm.
even though he was playing the Braves, it wasn't their top tier talent, and he still was struggling out there, just leaving pitches over the heart of the plate. And he settled down when he got taken out and then put back in. He settled down after that, which is good to see. But yeah, I can't give up on Cortez yet, man. I just can't. Like, I think we can see the 2022 Nestor Cortez when he was the All-Star. Last year he got derailed with that shoulder injury, never was the same. And, coming off a very rocky start yesterday, I think his first 2 starts in spring, he didn't look that bad. He was striking guys out. He did leave, a couple over the plate and he got hit around, but these guys are slowly going to get their wheels back, underneath them. The rust is going to be there, of course. And with Cortez and Rodon, they both, reported early in spring. So, like my one of my boys in the stream, Uncle Rico, he pops in. He says usually this is the time where you might see a little arm fatigue for these guys because they've been there since January now. It's 2 months in basically. So we might see a little fatigue here and there, but I want our guys. I can't wait to see our guys get 7 innings. Spring at the end of spring, we might see our players play almost all 9 innings. All the pitchers go at a solid 7 innings. Like that's when I really want to start dissecting these pitchers. The struggles are going to be there. But I can't give up on Cortez yet, man. I don't know. I like Cortez.
I do too. He's a fan favorite, but I don't know. Like I said, I think this is going to be the start of the end for him. You know what I'm saying? It was a good run, but I do think it's, he hasn't really impressed me, to be honest with you. But, like I said, spring training, you can't overreact one way or another. You can't get too high on guys. You can't get too low on guys either.
Yeah.
So.
You can't overreact. We got our first caller, and you remember this voice. If you were watching last season, he was pretty much our every Sunday caller. The one and only Tyler. What is going on, my brother? How you been?
What is going on, y'all? I'm doing good.
How's it been? How's the Yankees looking so far in your eyes, man? I know you were, you came into the stream today during the game and stuff. What's your thoughts early in the spring, and what are your thoughts heading into opening day, which is 18 days away from now?
Yeah, obviously in spring training, I mean, to start off with the good at least, it's obviously Juan Soto. I mean, he's been absolutely mashing the ball everywhere during the spring. One guy in the lineup I still want to see more out of. Like in the offseason, everyone was talking about Giancarlo Stanton was going to make a difference. He was going to change his swing up a little bit. But to be honest, I haven't seen anything new from him so far at the plate.
Really?
So,
I agree. Yeah.
Although he's had a good few games, but overall, I'm still not seeing much difference from him.
I gotta disagree with you there. I think Stanton, even though he's not hitting over 200 right now in spring, today he had 2 hits. But the thing is with Stanton, he's on point with these fastballs. He's not missing them this spring. Last season when Stanton walked up, we knew it was probably going to be a strikeout or something like that. But the guy is actually getting contact. He's putting it into play. Sometimes it's a fly out, but I'd rather take a fly out than a strikeout any day. And Stanton, we saw him today. He actually stretched out a double. He's moving around a little bit. He's more nimble. It seems like.
And he kind of got jammed and still took it to the warning track in right field. So, I mean, outside of today's game, there were 3 players that on the live stream I was kind of saying have been struggling, and they all kind of got hits. Stanton was one of them. Verdugo was another one, and Mr. Swagger was another one. And all 3 of them had a good game today. It's just about, can they put together multiple good games? Because coming into this, like I said, Stanton only had the 1 hit going in. He still looks like, to me, he's a little. Him and DJ LeMahieu, to me, just from the eye test, look like they're behind on fastballs. Like they're hitting them a lot too, especially DJ LeMahieu. His bat looks a lot slower to me. And in practice and stuff like that, in batting practice, he's trying to take a lot of things to right field, which is what you have to do when you lose that bat speed, because the older you get, you don't get faster.
Yeah. So Tyler, what do you think Stan has to work on then? If you haven't seen much, I personally think he's been impressive. Like I said, the stats aren't going to tell you the whole story. Just watching him being at the plate, being on that fastball, which he was missing. Like, what has he not shown you then this spring?
I mean, you guys kind of just hit it. I mean, obviously going back to last year, he was obviously struggling with stuff high in the zone, especially those fastballs, and he wasn't really able to get on them. And you could see pitchers, they wanted to pitch him inside, they wanted to pitch him high, get him off the plate because, he stands really close to the plate. So I still want to see more improvement on that. And one thing you guys haven't mentioned, in spring training, some of the pitchers he's facing aren't even going to be on a major league roster when the season comes. He's facing minor league pitchers sometimes too. He's not facing people in the starting rotation. Like
Yeah.
he's not facing like aces in the rotation. He's not facing top guys yet.
Yeah.
So when the regular season comes, if I don't see that production within 40 games, then I don't know.
Well, I agree with you there. Like, I mean, it's not his fault he's not going against the aces because, like Uncle Rico said, nobody is right now. Honestly, sometimes we go against, like, we went against who I forgot who we went against the other day, but it was one of their aces. Oh, Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. But the aces aren't really rolling out like that. But like you said, man, I'm not going to be looking too far into staying until we see 30, 40 games under our belts in the regular season. But what I see for right now is that he's hitting the ball, he's not striking out as much, and he's staying on that fastball. So that's improvement for me so far. What do you think, guys?
Yeah. And then obviously with the pitching side of it, I think that's the bigger concern right now.
Yeah.
Obviously the production we get out of Cole, we know what we get out of him. I really liked Marcus Stroman so far. I was able to see his last start. He went 4 innings without a hit, so I really like what I see out of him. But as far as Cortez, Rodon, and Clark Schmidt, not so much. I watched Carlos Rodon's last start, and I could tell his fastball velo, he was only throwing around like 91, 92. So I think that is something we do have to be concerned about. We're much used to seeing him throw 94, 95, maybe 96 at some points. So that fastball velocity was a little bit down. Some people were saying he was throwing the cutter a lot more in that start, but I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, he was mixing in that new cutter he learned, and also he was throwing some curveballs as well. But Ace, weren't you calling that Rodon start? So you might have more insight because I was at work that start.
It definitely, like I said, the velo is a problem in my opinion, especially because you can't live on top of the zone if you're only going to be pitching 93, which is what he kind of maxed out on. You're going to have to live at the lower part of the zone and paint the corners you're going to have to start pitching pretty much. If you don't have velocity, you have to become a pitcher. You're going to have to mix things up. You're going to have to go more than just fastball, slider, curveball, introducing the cutter, the changeup as well. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to have to be. But he's, the home run is still problematic for Rodon. I believe his last start, he gave up 2 bombs. And it's just, it's going to have to be something, especially considering he's our number 2. He might not be our second best pitcher, but he is going to be the number 2 starter. And it can be a little alarming when that is the case. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're looking at a playoff series, do you trust him? As the year goes on, maybe he improves. But as of right now, considering what we saw last year, going into spring training, it doesn't bode well for that, but we got a whole season to kind of work things out. I do think personally the Yankees need to add one more arm. I'm still on the train of, as hitting up Chicago, getting up Dylan Cease. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on board with that. A lot of people want to bring up Will Warren first, stuff like that, but I do think the Yankees need to add one more arm going in because we have, 2 guys in Stroman and Cole who are looking really good, but then we got 3 out of the 5 that are, 2 of them are question marks, and Clark Smith's the 5th starter. So
right now Stroman with a 1.74 ERA in 3 starts, by far way better than Cortez with a 8.10. Rodon sitting at a, what was it, like a 6.85 or something like that, 6.35. And Schmidt today, he's now at a 5.19 ERA.
Rough inning. That was a rough inning.
Yeah, I mean, it's alarming. It is. I get it. I get where the frustration comes, and thanks, Tyler, for calling in, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can't give up just yet. If we do make a move, that means we're gonna have to send some more prospects. I mean, Dylan Cease is not going to be cheap, man, and especially before the season starts. That's why I think the Yankees are probably going to have to wait until midseason, because I think the package will be a little less midseason than it would be before the season.
Yeah.
But I would love Dylan Cease here. Don't get me wrong, but
I would put him. He'd be, in my opinion, because I like Stroman in the 3rd spot. I'd put Cease in the 2 spot, and I'd move Rodon's ass to the 4th spot, in my opinion.
Damn, yeah. French said, "What's Snell's IG story about?" We saw it. What was it? The eyes. I think he's going to the Angels. That's what I've been hearing. Buster Olney went on the Michael K show, and he said that the Angels are probably the number 1 suiting team right now for Snell. He also added that Montgomery is looking for a small market team to play for, because that man can't. You know what I'm saying? The lights shine brighter in New York, so he got to play with small market teams. But I think we might see Snell soon. But the thing is with that, bro, how behind is he? Even with Blake Snell, like, he signs today, tomorrow. He's going to be, what, 3-4 weeks behind?
Somebody was saying it might be a chance some of these football free agents sign before Blake Snell signs.
Bro, seriously. So. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Kevin Byard just signed to the Bears today. It's crazy. It's just I can't believe it. Even with JD Martinez still available, people are saying today in the chat during the stream, they're like, "What? One of the Yankees signed JD as a bench platoon player." I'm like, I don't think JD would want to do that.
Nah,
and
I don't think so.
It makes sense for us to do it either, because he's going to play DH. Well, that's Stanton's position, so.
Yeah, we already have too many outfielders, especially with Dominguez coming back, and that's something we could probably get into later as far as Giancarlo Stanton. But he's clogging up a spot pretty much, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to put up good numbers, because he's holding up the works.
Yeah, Robert's saying, who is the Yankees' number 2 starter? Rodon. We will see how long that goes. I hope Rodon does well. Well, right now it is Rodon. They didn't give this man $161 million to be, the 4th or 5th arm in this rotation. So right now he's our number 2, and he hasn't shown us he's worth $161 million, at all. The camp looked good. He came in early. He looked in shape. He dropped weight, and he's working on new pitches. So that's the thing about spring. That's why I can't overreact, because he's mixing up. He's doing something different this spring.
Oh, yeah,
what I'm saying?
It's a trial and error,
Yeah, it's a trial and error. And like he said in his last outing, he said, I was mixing the pitches up. I know, he said this. He was like, "Oh, it's spring training, so who cares?" But it's like, you got to have some kind of care at the end of the day. You can't go out there and just get hammered and then be like, "Oh, well, it's spring. These games don't matter," But this is the time where you switch things up. If things aren't working, man, you got to start doing some other stuff. So James says, "I want Snell on this staff, and then I will feel so much more comfortable going forward." I just don't think it's going to happen, just because of the luxury tax reason, man. I mean, we'll get taxed 110%.
Yep. And is it going to be worth it for him? That's a hefty price to pay. It's easy for us to say, yeah, it's not our money, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think of this, bro. What if we do sign Snell to a medium to long term deal, 4 or 5 seasons, right? And that big ass contract is going to be on our books.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just another, especially with Juan Soto being a free agent next off season.
Yep. Did you see the estimation as far as what it would get done? How much it would take to get it done?
What are you talking about, Soto?
Yeah, somebody, I forget what analyst was talking about it. It was talking about 14 years, 560. I was thinking it's probably gonna hit 600.
The way he's smashing the ball, dude.
Dude, he crushed one today.
Oh
Absolutely
my gosh, that thing went out the stadium, bro. The people out there were looking for where'd it go? The parking lot, man.
Michael Harrison just looked at it. He took one step back and said, "There's no point in moving. I'm good."
Insane, man. Mets fans need
best player.
Oh, by far. And let me get your thoughts on this too, because people were kind of freaking out a little bit in my stream. Judge, like
Yeah.
getting taken out early, 4th inning. He only had 2 at bats. The rest of the starters, was in there. Do you think it's like, okay, they just took him out because maybe he was? I don't know why, honestly. Maybe they
Well,
just want to be safe.
I think he's struggling right now, and I think they're like after he struck out his second at bat because Judge hasn't even put up competitive at bats in the spring
No,
training yet. Like he
no,
went down 1, 2, 3, and I think he's kind of in his own head. I think that was just Boone talking about, hey man, just come take the rest of the day off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like go to the batting cage and stuff like that. We didn't hear anything. I think he's hurt? No, I don't think he's hurt. Stuff like that. Do I think that he's rusty? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Who isn't? You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure it out. But like I said, the lack of competitive at bats probably scares me more. So I think Judge is somebody that will figure it out. Do I think he's going to struggle all year? No, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't really concern me. But we'll see what happens. But with there are guys that are playing really well right now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's just same thing. Like we can't overreact. We can say it's just spring training, but when guys are playing well, it's still just spring training. Juan Soto looks amazing. Anthony Volpe's playing really good. Rizzo looks like he's back. You know what I'm saying? So you tell Glaber is doing pretty good as well. So that's 4 guys that are. What Austin Wells looks amazing. You know what I'm saying?
So was Jose.
Yeah,
Jose came in
bro,
there.
Let me tell you, like my nephew, I was texting my nephew during the game. We were kind of thinking the same thing. Jose Trevino does well, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
Like that's like I
that's
want
what I'm
Austin
saying.
Wells to get that, you know what I'm saying, to get that spot. So those are 5 guys that are going to be in the starting lineup that I'm already naming that are pretty well, that are doing pretty well. Stanton struggling, Verdugo struggling, Cabrera probably won't start, but he's struggling. LeMahieu, outside of the one game has struggled, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of the lineup seems to be hitting, and it just really depends on the lineup that they're going to put together. Like DJ LeMahieu obviously is going to start. I would give LeMahieu the first 3-4 weeks, 6 weeks at the most, that you're going to be the leadoff guy. I wouldn't be opposed to if there was a righty on the mound, you letting Verdugo do it from time to time. But DJ LeMahieu, give him a shot to lead off. You're going to have very competitive at bats, being that Soto and Judge are behind you. This Yankee team definitely has potential to have what we saw the other day, getting pitchers in the 20s and 30s in the first inning. And then all of a sudden, you're getting into the bullpen really early in the series, and you can start beating up on that bullpen. This lineup has that potential.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Soto sees a lot of pitches. Judge hasn't seen, but we know that he sees a lot of pitches. Verdugo's patient as well. So it's like this lineup has that potential, but it all is going to start at the top. If LeMahieu struggles and Volpe is doing well, like I said, my ideal leadoff guy is put Volpe at the top.
Yeah, eventually, I think that, of course, that's what they want,
Mm-hmm.
And if Volpe goes out the gates, firing on all cylinders, hitting like 300 the first 20 games, you might have to really think about putting Volpe at that leadoff spot because the speed is just so important, for the leadoff man. Him getting on base, stealing a bag for Juan Soto, I mean, that's huge.
Best case scenario the Yankees could have is if LeMahieu has a decent start and Volpe gets hot, because then when you get to the 9 hole, you're flipping the lineup around with Volpe on. Then you have LeMahieu. He gets on. Then you got the big bats with traffic coming on. What are you going to do? You're not going to pitch around. Then all of a sudden you make one mistake to Soto. It's a 3-run home run.
Oh, yeah. Matthew, what's up, bro? The Stanton and LeMahieu contracts are really hurting us now. That's over $40 million per year we could spend on another player. They're costing us about the same as Soto will. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, LeMahieu is signed until 2027. He's making 15 per. It's not crazy, but I mean, we need more production out of him. Stanton, he's making 32 million. So Stanton is the number one important piece to this puzzle, man. If he can get back on track, I said if he can hit at least 250, 35, 40 home runs, I would take that. You know what I'm saying? All day. But like we need Stanton to come back to what he was like back in like 2021.
Me personally, I'm thinking whatever we get from Stanton is going to be found money. Like I think the lineup should be LeMahieu or Verdugo. Swap them out, whatever you want to do, right? And then you put one of them at the 6 hole, right? LeMahieu, Soto, Judge, Rizzo, Glaber, Verdugo, or LeMahieu, Stanton. Because like I understand Stanton's gonna get that. I'm saying that's my perfect lineup. but Stanton's probably gonna be batting fifth because they're gonna give him every chance to lose because he's getting paid a lot of money and he's been here a while. They're gonna give him every chance to lose his spot. So
We
we're
saw
gonna
him
see.
today batting 6, and he actually flourished. You know, he had 2 hits, a double and a single.
Because you get that pressure off. It's like, move him down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And it's less pressure. But as far as his numbers, I'm thinking anything from him is found money. If we can get like 240 batting and 26 home runs from him, I'll take that. That's what I'm thinking he's more on pace for because his bat speed, in my opinion, still does look a little slow.
Uncle Rico alternate the leadoff hitter between Verdugo and DJ. If DJ struggles with alternate between Verdugo and Volpe. Well, that's what Boone said. Basically, Boone said that we're going to see some Verdugo leading off and, of course, DJ, but he actually hinted at Glaber being mixed in there, like every here and there. So Glaber, one thing about Glaber though, he knows how to get on base, man. Like,
yeah, but I'd rather have him as protection, to be honest with you. Like, I'd rather have him as protection behind Rizzo. Good game today from Glaber. Good hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't see Glaber we don't usually see Glaber be intelligent too often.
Yeah, that slow roller in the center field, he took off, man.
The second baseman and shortstop overran each other, and kind of weren't paying attention to the bag. That was a heads-up play.
That's what I'm saying. That's the small stuff in baseball that like
matters.
excites you. Yeah, it matters, and like especially coming off a very piss poor year, not from Glaber, but like from the Yankees in general. That's the stuff that you want to see, man. Like better base running, situational hitting, small ball. Like we saw the bunt today by Oswaldo.
Yep,
laid it down good.
Me.
Yeah, like that's the stuff when you're watching spring ball. That's what you want to see, man. Like that's the times where like, okay, like they're working on this, they're working on that. Like we all know about the home runs. Like Juan Soto's going to do him, like, but I know the record is bad, 6-9, great number, but bad record. But like, but like I don't care about the record in spring ball. I don't care. Like I just want to see the improvement from this team. I know the pitching is right now the alarming thing for everybody, but I think the offense is going to be way better this year, bro. Way better.
Yeah, like dude, what we saw today, this lineup has potential. This lineup strikes me as like you might not ever be out of it. Like if you're down by 3 in the late innings and a bullpen arm doesn't usually have it, all it takes is a bloop, a well-timed hit, and then next thing you know, you get somebody come up and blast one, and you're right back in it. Look at the I forget what inning it was. Look at the 5th inning of today's game, where started with the walk, a hit by Trevino, a bunt by Cabrera. LeMahieu gets a guy in, and then Soto brings everybody in.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that's what this team, and I want to shout out the bottom of the order today because they really played well. I'm talking about like Stanton, Verdugo, Trevino, Oswaldo. Look at that, bro. The bottom of the order collecting like what 6-7 hits today,
and that's what I'm saying. If you got a team like that, then that's what makes you dangerous because there's no holes in the lineup. So my question to you is, just for today, did you give Cabrera his nickname back?
I said, hey man, he's getting his swagger back. I didn't call him Mr. Swagger yet, but he's I think the game after I took Mr. Swagger from him, that's what he did. 3 hits. Smash that like button, by the way. I don't know why that thing just popped up.
Matt's got more ghosts out there.
For real. Matthew says, even if Snell were willing to only get $25 million per, that would actually cost the Yankees over $57 million. They aren't going to spend over $50 million per on Snell or Montgomery. I don't think so either, man. Like, and especially if the Yankees they want to lock down Juan Soto, they need the money for him. Like, they could pivot next offseason. I mean, there's still some big guys out there. Like Corbin Burns will be a free agent. He will be testing free agency because he's a Scott Boras client as well. So if they don't get Juan Soto, they could pivot and sign Corbin Burns potentially with that money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I just think this team is set. We might see of course, we're going to make small like signings here and there and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like a big move like Soto, or I'm sorry, like a Snell and Montgomery. That's not going to happen. I think this team is ready for opening day. Of course, they got to go through like who's going to be in the bullpen and who's going to make this team. They're going to go through all that. But I'm talking about like trades. I don't think it'll happen, man. I
No.
think if it's going to be a trade, midseason would probably be my best guess.
Absolutely. And you have to see where teams are at. Like when you get to the midway point towards the trade deadline, you start to know who's going to be buyers and who's going to be sellers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Chicago's sellers at that point. And, you know what I'm saying? Maybe then the price goes down on a guy like Dylan Cease, stuff like that. But the only thing that we really have to be not concerned about, but the only thing that we really have to just worry about now is just like Kenley and Peraza. Those are two spots that people are going to have to fill. Kenley might not start the season, and Peraza's not going to start the season. So that may give an opportunity for somebody else to kind of step in this particular situation. And you know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Angelo, what's going on, my guy? How you doing, bro? I will wait. Hold on.
Go ahead.
I will wait next year free agency for starting pitcher. Yeah, that's what I would do too, Angelo.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Thoughts on Peraza? You think he's done as a Yankee?
Yeah, the injury's so tough on him, bro. Like, bad timing, right? It's not his fault, of course. Like, no one wants to have an injury at all, but such bad timing, man. Especially with Yorbit Vivas, coming. He's not really showing us crazy. Like, he's not going crazy this spring, but I like what I see from Yorbit. Peraza, though, man, I don't know, bro. I don't think he's going to be a everyday player for this team. I just don't see it.
Yeah. I just think he's a guy that's just catching bad beat after bad beat. Like, because if you think about it, he had the first shot at becoming an everyday shortstop, right? Played in a playoff game, made a couple good plays. Then all of a sudden, Volpe comes up. He loses the job to Volpe. He gets blocked out by Donaldson and LeMahieu. Then can't get brought back up. Then when he does get brought up, he's sitting on the bench. And now it's like kind of the writing is kind of on the wall where it might be done. I don't think we see him again. I think he's done as a Yankee.
Uncle Rico says, far from it, Peraza will be a factor mid-year. I mean, we do need a backup third baseman. That's what Peraza would be, unless his injury opens up a spot for Oswaldo. Like, Oswaldo might make this team because of that injury, because he can play third.
Well, I think Cabrera was going to make the team regardless. I think Cabrera was going to be that utility infielder. I think he was going to make it regardless. But this might open up a spot for like you said, maybe a possible Vivas to come up at some point. And if they win the job outright, Peraza might not get the benefit of the doubt because keep in mind, he'll be out 8 weeks. Then you have to kind of rehab. Then you have to kind of get your timing back. Baseball is not a sport that you could just pop right back in 1, 2, 3, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes time. So he might not. Why I think he's done is because he might not get a shot to come back up.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. But we were talking off air about this, man. J.D. Davis could potentially be a piece that the Yankees look at because he can play third. He's a solid hitter. He's on waivers right now, 30 years old. He hit 248 last season. I mean, I think this could be a piece that would make sense. He's a good defensive fielder. What are your thoughts on him? What do you think? Do we need him?
Yeah. I don't think we got a spot for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that could be a potential for the third base, the backup spot, because I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do now with Peraza hurt. It's kind of throwing a wrench in the plan, it feels like, because, when before spring training started, we were like, yeah, DJ will be our third, and then Peraza will be the backup. Now that's out the window for 2 months. At least 2.5 months, probably. Who knows?
Yeah. I know a lot of Yankee fans, a lot of other content creators who are talking about possibly what if you were throwing Moncada with Dylan Cease.
I don't like Yohan Moncada, man. Like, I think
that veteran utility guy that could play second and third.
He just never lived up to the hype. Not saying he's a bad player, especially the contract scares me too with him, man. I don't know if you know how much he's getting paid. I think he's getting paid like $24 million per.
Oh wow!
So I don't think the Yankees are going to be willing to take that contract on. Like, I wouldn't personally. I would not want that.
Yeah.
Like,
me.
Angelo, hold on real quick. Angelo said Alex Bregman will be the next third baseman for the Yankees. That's what I've been hearing too for next season. Potentially he would be. I would love Alex Bregman here, man.
How old is he?
He's 30. He'll be 30 next year.
Look, we need a third. Okay, the one thing we've been lacking for a long time is that everyday third baseman that we know is going to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going through this turnstile of like LeMahieu, Donaldson. Like, for the longest time, like, we have not had that third baseman. And it's just, we need to find that already. Like, look, I know a lot of Yankee fans and L.I. Yankee King, shout out to him for being in the building, says it too. We just need to go ahead and I'm all for giving the young kids a shot first before you decide to go make a trade or get somebody free agency. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what some of these kids can do. Put somebody in the third, bring somebody up and let them do the little infield utility role and give them a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of just having to go pay top dollar, because guess what? I don't want to say this, but we do need to start thinking about saving some pennies though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we definitely do. I was just going to say that because especially with all these big boy contracts on the books, like Juan Soto, potentially, Judge, Cole, Stanton.
Burns next year, like maybe they decide to go get Burns, but we're gonna need the money.
Yeah, we need some kind of relief, and that him, Volpe, Vivas, potentially Austin Wells. These guys are going to be the relief for this team. Of course, Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. Yeah. All these guys, we're going to need them.
But see, this is the thing, though. With Volpe, Wells, Dominguez, they're young. They're not going to be getting paid that much immediately. So you can kind of afford to kind of go out and spend a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because you do have a lot of players like Volpe's playing well. Wells looks really good. He struggled at first, but he was looking good. And Dominguez looks like he's it. So if you can have those three guys on short contracts and, sign them, while they're cheaper, like what Atlanta does, how Atlanta signs them early. So they're able to be more flexible with it, then I'm all for that. Then you can go out and spend top dollar on Juan Soto. I personally think it's going to take like almost $600 to get Soto done.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just been insane. Been insane what this guy's been doing. He is like the thing. Like, I'm gonna be so hurt if we don't lock him down, bro. Like, I get it. It's gonna cost a lot, but like you said in our group chat, man, write this man a blank check right now. Like.
Yep. But can't you just see the Yankees, though? Because it's just such a Yankee thing to do. Let Soto walk, and then all of a sudden be like, oh, we just have so much faith in our prospects.
Yeah.
I could see that.
No.
That's exactly what the Yankees would do.
How livid do you think this fan base is going to be, bro? If
pissed.
Oh, my gosh. They would.
Dude, if we lose out on Soto, first things first, every time Soto hits a home run, I'm thinking to myself, like, half the Yankee fans are like, no, we gave up too much. I wouldn't have gave up 5 players for Soto. I'm like, dude, this guy is killing it right now.
Yeah, like I think Robert today in the chat was like, man, we're really going to miss Michael King this year. I'm like, bro, but we have Juan Soto, damn it. We have Juan Soto.
Michael who?
Michael King.
I'm not thinking about Michael King.
Like, this guy is just unreal. And the fact is, like, it's not even just his home runs, dude. He's patient. He waits on the pitches. Like, he's just so smart at the plate, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and he brings that attitude, which is what this Yankee team has been lacking for the longest. Him, Stroman, Verdugo, they all got that attitude, man.
Yeah. What's up, Donnie? How you doing? First, shout to everyone in the house. We got 35 in the building. Thank you so much. I'm talking about we're on Twitter, we're on X, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, all this. So appreciate you. Definitely call in if you want. We got Eric in the building. Let's see what Eric has to say, man. Eric, you're on. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, bud?
Doing great, man. Ready for the season? 18 days away. What's your thoughts so far?
Well, I really hope that the Yankees do something. They need to do something else because, I mean, I don't know if the rotation will be able to hold the way it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, the rotation is definitely the most scariest part. I don't think they're gonna make a move, man. I don't know. I personally just don't see it until midseason.
Yeah. And then the other big thing that the Yankees need to do for you all is they just need to re-sign that man. Just re-sign him because if you let him walk like that and
Yeah.
he leaves, heaven forbid he goes to Boston. What next?
Oh,
Who, Soto?
don't wish that on us, Eric.
Soto's not going
I'm
to
just
Boston.
saying.
Soto's not going to Boston. They are too cheap. They don't even want to really re-sign their own. He's not going to Boston. The only team that I think is a real threat, obviously, is the Mets.
Yeah.
Because, he grew up a fan of the Mets. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be that long of a transition. He's not going far. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. The only reason why I think he won't go to the Mets because you're going to piss off half New York by immediately going to New York.
That's what Donnie said right there. There's gonna be riots in the streets if he goes to the Mets.
I think it's a good shot. I think it's a good chance. The Yankees know, the writing is on the wall. They knew what they had to do going in. I think they will get it done, and especially like if we just have to see how the season plays out. But I do think Soto will be a Yankee long term.
Yeah. Yep. And then Seattle's looking pretty good.
Yeah, Seattle. I think Seattle's going to be very, they're not a dark horse because we all expect them to do good, but they have the pitching to really be a team that goes deep in the playoffs if they had the offense. Their pitching is stacked, man.
Yeah. And I think we got some good people coming in this year, so I'm hopeful, but as you know, with the Mariners, you can never get too hopeful because they'll just let you down again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Eric, for calling in, man. Thanks so much, bro.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day, guys.
Thanks for your support.
But yeah, Donnie, I want to talk on Clayton Beater. I think he's looked very impressive this spring, man. Let me see what's his stats looking like right now. Clayton Beater, where is he? 3.60 ERA in 2 games. He started 5 innings, 7 strikeouts. Only gave up 2 earned runs in his starts, 5 hits allowed. I mean, his stuff looks good, man. So is Nick Birdie. One person that hasn't looked good, man, is De Los Santos.
Oh yeah, he stinks.
God, dude, he looks terrible.
Yeah,
the Yankees,
yeah.
The Yankees didn't trade Drew Thorpe not to extend Juan Soto. Yeah, exactly. Yankee King.
I think it's a good chance that we re-sign Soto.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna test free agency. It's gonna happen. There's nothing we can do about that.
That's just to drive the Bucks up.
Yeah, and the Yankees have a shot to do it because we had the money, right? But like you said, the Mets are definitely the number one threat for Soto. I mean, it would be painful to watch that happen, dude.
Yeah. I see a lot of Yankee fans that are or Met fans, I should say, they're we're gonna get Soto, and you guys are gonna end up with Alonso. Can you imagine that?
That'd be so great. I wouldn't want that.
That'd be weird.
Alonso's not bad, but his batting average concerns me. He's a power hitter that hits what? Let me see, 230 last season.
Yeah, I'd rather have Soto. That guy that his OPS is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He had 217. Alonso did last season, and he has a career average of 250.
Yeah, Donnie says sell more jerseys than anyone this season. I'm not getting a Soto jersey until he signs long term.
Yeah, same. I might get a shirt, like a Soto on the back of the shirt, something like that, but I'm not gonna buy a jersey.
I'm telling you what, though, I want to get myself I see you got the spring training hat. Mine will be here this week. I might get one of those spring training unis, man. Those are dope, bro.
I got one of them. I got you seen the blue one I rock, but the New York on it. That one is sweet. Yeah.
Yep.
I like that color.
One. Yeah,
I like that color.
I wish they would. Man, I understand the Yankees are iconic like that, but I really wish they would have some alternate jerseys or some color rush type jerseys every now and then.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I like some a black jersey or something like that.
Nothing, or just rock, the blue, like what we see in spring training. Just don't have no ugly ass colors like the Red Sox do. The fucking yellow and light blue that don't. Even
that's disgusting. Yep. The one thing I will say though, the pinstripe pants with that blue, it doesn't really go together, in my opinion. I would trade Glaber and some prospects for Luis Arias because he is the second best second baseman. Well,
mean,
Miami
we talked
wouldn't.
about that already. Yeah, we talked about that a couple
Yeah,
times.
Miami wouldn't take that. Miami would want.
They would want more than just Glaber.
Yeah,
They
because
want Glaber, but it would take more than just Glaber. But I would take Luis Arias.
oh
He would
yeah,
immediately be our leadoff hitter.
oh
Immediately.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He would be the best table setter there is, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine that lineup? Arias, Soto, Judge, Rizzo.
No,
That's
I
three. The
couldn't.
only thing that concerns me is that's 3 lefties in the first 4. Obviously, you'd have to maybe switch up some things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that'd be deadly.
Yeah. Gonzalez struggled, but he's okay. Yeah, Gonzalez did struggle today. Caleb Ferguson looked good.
Marnacho looked okay. At least what I saw when I left early. I don't know what he did in the second inning of work though.
Yeah, well, Marinaccio has a 9.53 ERA now in 5 games and only 5.2 innings.
He'll
So
be starting off in AAA though.
he has more walks and strikeouts. He's not doing too well. Dude, like everyone's numbers, like Stroman looks great, and then like everyone in this, dude, Ian Hamilton looks solid. No ERA. Cody Poteet, no ERA. Those two look
I like
good.
Petit. Yeah, I like Petit.
Yeah.
The
Luis
one time
Hill.
I got to see him go 2 times, and Petit has looked pretty good. He looks
Yeah.
like he's got some good breaking stuff.
Yeah. I wish the Yankees have navy blue pinstripe uniforms for away jersey. That would look sick. Yeah, that would look really nice.
I mean, when I play MLB The Show, I put on the different jerseys on the road. You know.
Yeah. I can't wait for that game to come out,
Are
man.
you getting the advanced copy next Friday or this Friday?
No, I'm not, because I'm on Xbox. Shout out to Xbox in the house, man.
Aw.
Yes, sir. We got a Game Pass. The game comes free. What? No.
Xbox.
Yeah. Xbox is superior, man. Come on.
Is it?
You know it.
Mm,
I know y'all get Spider-Man, but that's it. It's okay. God of War, take it. What is Poteet? A starter or reliever? They better start stretching him if they want to. No, he's a reliever.
He's a reliever.
Uncle Rico.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, so far, spring, I'll give it like a C+ for the Yankees. The lineups look decent, you know what I'm saying? But the pitching side is kind of like this the struggle, you know.
Yeah.
Which I mean it's gonna happen.
I'm wondering why Volpe hasn't got a chance to play with the big bats yet.
Yeah. Like the lineup today.
Well, no, he hasn't played with Judge, Soto, and all of them yet.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like one lineup is like 90% starters. The other lineup is just Volpe, Wells was sprinkled in there, and the
Glaber.
the C team. Like
Yeah.
So
Maybe they want to highlight him, you know. He'll be like the highlight name of that squad, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, but he's definitely playing well. You know what I'm saying? He's having himself a good spring. So I'm looking forward to see what Volpe can do in the regular season. To all the Volpe haters out there, talking to you, Fabian.
I haven't seen Fabian in like
He popped
7 months.
He popped in a couple chats.
I see him on Twitter just acting a fool though, just pissing off everybody.
Oh, that's what he does. I don't know who's going to be the bigger Yankee troll this year, Li Yankee King or Fabian. They have a little battle going on there.
Angelo says, I got one too on Friday, but I can't stand Vladdy Jr.'s whopper, his face being on the cover. I thought Acuna was going to be on the cover, honestly, but I did not expect Vlad to get the cover.
I'll just phase it out after a while.
Yeah.
It'll suck to watch the first, it'll suck to watch in the first week and a half, 2 weeks, and after that, it'll get phased out. I barely remember Jazz was on the cover.
Yeah, I don't know how he got the cover. Like, what the hell? Like, that was so random.
And it screwed me last year because I was actually trying to get the Derek Jeter
edition
right, but they messed it up. And then when I got my refund, then they blocked me out of my original PlayStation account, and I had to get a whole nother one. So I lost all my stuff.
Wow. Did they refund you?
No. They were like, there's nothing we could do. It's an error. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm trying to call everybody. PlayStation Hotline has like the worst call center.
Yeah, because it's PlayStation. What'd I say?
I mean, you got to fail somewhere. You're better than Xbox in every other category. So,
so we got a split squad tomorrow. I think Warren is going to be on the mound for one of those games.
Yeah, we got to see what the lineups are going to be like tomorrow. Like I said, we'll both be calling one of those games. And then tomorrow will also be like the first day that free agency tampering period opens. So it should be a lot of breaking news. It's going to be a good day for sports tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So I'm probably gonna be streaming the game and then probably right after doing some NFL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a lot of updates. But tomorrow we play at home and then on the road. So I would assume the home squad would probably be our A squad. And then, we'll probably have like the Volpe and Austin Wells lineup going to I think they're playing Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the last week of spring training, we will see more of the Yankees A team playing together. Yeah, they're saying that today, that we'll probably see more the guys go deeper in the games, probably like 7 innings, 8 innings.
Yeah.
Rizzo had like 4 at bats today.
I think
They
had
pulled
3, didn't he?
everybody out and left him in.
Yeah. Stanton too, right? Didn't Stanton have a
Yeah,
couple
Stan had
extra
an
bats?
extra. Yep. Because
Yeah.
he was just DHing. So, they were like, get out there and get one more swing. And
Yeah, exactly. So, but you guys are the best, man. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to both channels if you guys haven't done so. We'll be doing this every week for the whole entire season.
yes,
So
sir.
if you love the Yankees, tune in.
Oh, yeah. And thanks for the calls today. We got Tyler and Eric. Shout out to them. Yeah, 2 weeks left. 2 weeks
Man,
left.
this shit is coming fast, bro. It feels like
Hey, yo.
baseball season is coming fast.
Hey, yo.
Nah, it's not the same.
I'm
Nah,
kidding.
that's
I'm
nah,
kidding.
that's not one of them. But nah, baseball, the opening day is gonna be here before you know it.
Yeah, I know. I can't not. I already had my stream set up for like 2 months now, bro. I've been ready, man. That Houston series is gonna be
And no
awesome.
Verlander.
Yep, it's gonna be probably Framber Valdez on the mound opening day for them.
Yep, can't wait to see Soto go deep a couple times, and hopefully Jason Dominguez gets back quicker, sooner rather than later. He's looking pretty good with his healing, from what they're saying.
Yeah,
He's already
yeah.
starting to throw from 75 feet plus, and he's going to be taking BP from both sides. So, the thing with that is, you might be able to get him back sooner, but Stanton's clogging up DH. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he'll probably start in AAA. He'll probably go down and play a couple of games down there. Next Saturday we get to see the future of the New York Yankees in a spring competition. Hampton, Warren,
That's gonna be
Jones.
dope.
Yeah, the spring breakout game. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think it's at 4:00 next Saturday. I'll be hopefully I'll be home because I'll be at TPC. Next weekend is gonna be very busy for me. This
What's
next
TPC?
week is gonna be extremely busy.
What's TPC?
It's that golf tournament that is here every year, and I work it. So
Oh, okay, the game's at 1 o'clock.
I thought there was 2 games.
Nah, Saturday, March 16th is 1 o'clock. It's only one game.
Is it the 17th then? I don't remember.
17th is no. We only have the split squad tomorrow. Then they're 1 o'clock Tuesday, 1 o'clock Wednesday, 1 o'clock Thursday, 6 Friday, 1 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday, 1 o'clock Monday.
Yeah, so I won't be able to call it.
So,
Damn, I won't be able to call a lot of games next week then. Shit. Well, that's why you got Ace. Ace will be on it.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes, Sirski.
When I can't call games, I'll make sure I send them over to Max. Same thing, vice versa.
Yes,
got
sir.
got to tag team this thing.
Yes, Sirski. Prediction. How much home runs do you think the Yankees alone will have in home runs? I think they will have the best in the majors.
I think so too.
Let's go
Appreciate
280.
it, Donnie.
280.
280 home runs.
Combined. Oh, that's kind of a lot, actually. Shit. Hold on.
I
Let
was
me.
thinking, I'm thinking of run scored. I just want to lead the league in run scored. That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how we get those shits in.
Well,
Like,
if we get Soto, Judge, that's probably going to be what 100 right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stan, if he gives us 30, 35, 135. So I would say like 250 would be my guess.
Think Judge and Soto combined for 90 plus home runs?
Yeah, I think so. I think Soto's going to hit 50, bro. And then Judge is definitely hitting 40.
Yeah.
Because if Judge stays healthy, I mean, dude, he was on pace to hit
break his own
60
record.
again.
Yep.
Like if these guys are fully healthy all season, bro, we might see 50 plus from both.
Donnie says Torres will hit 30. I don't think he's gonna hit 30.
Yeah, I think Torres will hit probably like 25.
Yeah,
Rizzo
I
could
think-
hit 30 though.
I want to see Volpe get about 25 this year. That's what I wanna see.
Volpe could hit 30. Sheesh.
I want to see Volpe get about 25, but the number for Volpe, I want to see go up his steals.
God
There's no reason
dang.
why he should only be 20-20 this year.
Angelo says I say 325 home runs. Sheesh. Oh, Baker Mayfield just signed back with Tampa.
Tampa. I don't know. Bucks Rays Bolts got to like that one.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate you hanging out. It's been fun. Like Ace said, we'll be doing this every Sunday after the game, or sometimes before the game. Depending on how late the game is on Sundays. But yeah, season 2 is here. Yankees Weekly, and I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. On Twitter, we had like 15 the whole time, so appreciate y'all over there on Twitter. Shout out to everybody in the building, wherever you're watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe on both channels. Links are in the description of mine and on his. And then if you're on Twitter, man, hit that follow button. Appreciate you. Ace, you got last words?
Yeah. It's the 1-year anniversary of the Ace Avenue today. You know what I'm saying? So
congratulations, man.
Appreciate that. If you guys could do your boy a favor and hit that subscribe, because we're on the road to 1K. Appreciate Max, man, the very first guy that's, really giving me a shot to be on his platform. Appreciate him. Make sure you guys support him fully. Hit the merch store. Get yourself some Max Coverage merch.
I got to make some more. I'm making more. I got to get some ideas in my head to make some more merch.
I got a couple that I'll be dropping. I'm going to be dropping a merch, before the start of the season as well. The merch store will be open up. I got my Ace Avenue joint. I got my customized Ace Avenue fitted hat. This is exclusive though. So I think I'm going to get this year for all the mods on my channel. I think I'm going to ship you guys some of these. I know how much you love snapbacks. I know how much you love fitted hats, Max. So I'm going to get you a fitted hat.
Okay, I don't even know how big my head is now. So I don't even know the size, bro. I swear I haven't had a fitted.
How many clips you got on the back? How many?
So I get like these, the adjustable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like sometimes I do have some snaps. I think I only do like I don't have like a big ass head, but like I'll probably have like 2 buttons not used, 2 or 3 buttons not clipped. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, but yeah, make sure you guys tune in. And as the season goes on, these show might be a little bit longer depending on how busy it is. But it's a good first show. You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and knock the rust off. We appreciate each and every one of you for popping in. You guys are the best.
Yes, sir. And you already know it's always love, peace, chicken grease, and big content coming down the pipelines for both channels. So if you enjoy it, hit that subscribe button if you're new. We'll see you next weekend on Sunday. Until then, it's always go Yankees and peace out.
Peace.